is exalted and Saturn in its own signs.
You're very fast. Just wait. I mean, I know you're brilliant. I'm sure you can do even more than that. But is everybody with you? So, you just write this down. Aquarius being lorded by Saturn and Rahu, whilst Leo being lorded by Sun. So we must look at the states of the Sun compared to Saturn or Rahu. Now I looked at this chart so many times. I said, come on, this can't be. I looked at Saturn all the time and said, this is right. Look at Rahu. So exalted, very well placed. Then I looked at the Sun. The thing is, what we must look at is the higher degree of the planet, the Lord. Forget its state. Am I right? Unless you want to change your own sequence. Actually, it's your preference. What would you like to expect next? Narasimha has made a nice program for us, Jagannath Lights, and he has indicated that Mercury is stronger to initiate the sequence.
I'll tell you why. See, the thing is, the point here is, when you're comparing the signs, see, you got to bear in mind that when you're comparing signs, let us say here we are comparing Aquarius and Leo. Now here the first thing is none of the signs is associated with the Atmakaraka. So these signs from that point of view are the same strength. Second, we got to see the aspect of the signs, whether the signs are aspected by their Lord or Mercury or Jupiter. Now Leo has the conjunction of Mercury. So from the point of view of the second source of strength, Leo is stronger than Aquarius as a sign.
Mercury is there.
Because Mercury is there. We have not reached the level of comparing the degrees of the planets.
No.
So if we were to just compare the strengths of the signs, then Leo is stronger than Aquarius because it has Mercury in it.
It's true.
So we haven't yet reached that level of this because that itself decides the dispute.
Right. Good to point out. You know, I slaved over this so many times. Thinking, what is this?
It often slips. You got to bear in mind that when you are comparing the strengths of signs and they have equal number of planets, be careful. It often the small things may slip and you could go wrong. So understand the principles now, and most of you who are not very good in mathematics, you can get hold of Jagannath Hora 5 software.
Well, excuse me, I'm missing something here because I see two planets that are aspecting the moon, and I see one aspecting Mercury.
Neither of them lord the sign that they are aspecting. Neither of them are Jupiter or Mercury.
So
only those three will actually cause the sign to be stronger.
Oh, so even though it has more planets, does not necessarily.
Oh, they don't have more planets, these two. Oh, you mean if they're aspected by more planets?
Yes.
That's really correct. Okay. No, the aspect of more planets will not strengthen it. That's a different type of strength altogether, actually.
Okay.
Where you can draw resources from, actually. That's different.
Yeah.
Very different.
Public shouting will not stop. It's important that two things always, you see that this rule is a very important rule. We got to understand why these rules are made. Atmakarak is the king. President Bush decides something is to be done, it will be done, whether you and I like it or not. That's the first, Atmakaraka, he's the king. After that comes two important people. One, the governor of a particular state. Like the lord of a sign is the governor of a state. The governor of California has power over California. He can't decide what's going to happen in Nevada. So the lord of a sign is like the governor of a state. And in any state, two kinds of people always wield power. One, people with brains, Jupiter. And two, people with money, Mercury.
It's not always those with brains.
Well, it depends. They are not in loggerheads, but they can. But you see, this matters. It's a fact. These rules are made from real life, so they apply in real life. So Jupiter, Mercury, and the Lord of the sign give strength to the sign.
The list of rules are given in the handouts should be given. There's a long list. So
Others wanting, not wanting, doesn't matter.
now, so we established that Mercury came next, right? Right? Right. Then, of course, Moon, right?
Now comes the fun.
Now comes the fun. After this, where do we go? You were here? Sorry? Apoklimas? Yes? The dual signs. Jupiter's here. Rahu's here. Mars and Ketu. Which of these four would be the strongest sign, first of all? Let's see some. Look at the four. Ketu is here. Where is it? In Sagittarius. Exalted. Any other planets exalted? If Ketu is exalted, Rahu must also be exalted. Right? Right. So there are two planets exalted. Any others? Jupiter's in own sign. Is that stronger than exaltation? No. That must at least come third in line. So we can already infer that first we must have either Ketu or Rahu here, then Jupiter must come next. Then Mars. Mars is last. We can already make this the sequence beforehand. Now, as Sanjay said, here comes the fun. Which of these two are going to be stronger? They're both exalted. Yes?
I say K2.
Why?
Well, they're both exalted, but Jupiter's aspect onto K2 is going to strengthen it more than Jupiter's aspect onto Rahu.
Why? Why? Why?
Why? Because K2 is exalted in Jupiter's sign.
Yeah, that's the point. Actually, basically, Jupiter is the lord of the sign as well as Jupiter. You see, Sagittarius is aspected by two factors, Jupiter as well as its lord. Yeah.
It's true. Remember, we're looking at the strength of the sign, not the planet yet. So the sign, Hanus, Sagittarius, is stronger by default. So among these two, Sagittarius would be stronger, and hence the planets in them would rise. So, would I be right to infer that Ketu will come next? Does everybody agree? Because it's in the stronger sign, right? Yes?
Does the house come into play here on judging?
No.
Okay.
Just see the sign. We're judging strengths of signs. It may cause a lot of problems in your life, but it's probably stronger, okay? So, Ketu comes, and Rahu. Congratulations, you've made your first Kandari Dasa sequence. Now we'll take a pause.